Alrighty, we are back with another YouTube video. How's it going, everyone? My name's Alan, and today I'm going to be talking about my trip and recap of the Fredericksburg Summer Music Institute. Yeah, so we're going to kick this day off the day before on Monday, so to catch up on things. So Monday was a work day for me, and yeah, pretty much just work, work, work. Well, let's start at the weekend. The weekend before the final week before I go to Fredericksburg. So the weekend, pretty much laundry and getting stuff done around my house. And so uh, pretty much got everything packed on the weekend. And yeah. And then Monday was a work day for me. Pretty much just that. It was just a work day on Monday. And then come Tuesday. Tuesday is the officially first day of Fredericksburg. And yeah, so I woke up right around 7 a.m. and, you know, brushed my teeth and packed all my essentials. And yeah, pretty much ate breakfast of those toaster strudels and then a smoothie of that. So yeah, and then afterwards I went to go get gas here at my home or in my town, pretty much. Filled my gas up and then pretty much hit the road. And from here, from my home to Fredericksburg is pretty much roughly 4 hours and 20 minutes. But it felt like five, really. So, yeah. Day one was half of day one, which was the morning, was pretty much nothing happened. Just me driving. So, yeah. Uh, hmm. I stopped in my college town, San Angelo, to get gas again and then stretch my legs and get food, get lunch. And yeah, I used the restroom at the gas station. I filled my car up with gas and headed to Whataburger to get lunch. And so yeah, and then I get a I get I get a message from the flute professor, not my current flute professor, but a flute professor that was going to be there at Fredericksburg. Pretty much introduces everyone, or pretty much introduces himself and where we are. And so, yeah. In my flute section, there were about five people, including me. So me and four other more people. And so, yeah. Uh, I called my sister. No, I called my mom, telling her that I'm in San Angelo now. So, yeah. And then after I got done with lunch, back on the road we go. So, yeah. And then, yeah, just pretty much drove more and more and more. So, yeah. Uh, I didn't stop anywhere besides Fredericksburg. Well, besides San Angelo. And yeah, pretty much that. But the roads. The road from my home to San Angelo is boring. But I mean, I've taken that road so many times that I don't expect much. But I rarely go out. I rarely venture out past San Angelo, especially for Fredericksburg. It's also boring, but it's like scenic because you're leaving the Concho Valley into the Texas Hill Country, and it's beautiful out there. So I think I have one photo of on the road. I'll put it up on screen. The photo, I think I took it right in between two small towns, in Menard and Mason. That's where I got the photo from, and yeah. And then once I got to Fredericksburg, I immediately booked to the hall, the concert hall where everything was going to be at. So I meet one flute player that was already there. Or I get my badge and all my stuff, my information, and yeah, pretty much that. I met a one flute player who was already there, and then another one comes in. So yeah, and then reunited with my orchestra director from Angelo State. Saw him, gave him a big old handshake, and then yeah, I think afterwards, after I got everything, I went to go check into the hotel, which it was a nice hotel. I'm not gonna lie, it was really nice. I don't have a picture of what the room looks like, but it was pretty nice. I meet my roommate. My roommate. What's interesting is that he's from Mexico. So yeah, he was talking to me in English first, and I can hear him like struggle a little bit. But then I told him I could speak Spanish, so I could speak to him in Spanish. So that's the bright side is that I know Spanish. And then I take him to the concert hall. The concert hall is called St. Joseph's Hall. So yeah, that's where the concert was. And then I take him there to get his badge and everything else, and then pretty much that. And then and pretty much afterwards, I took him back to. We both went back to the hotel. I relaxed a little bit. I got this epic view outside of my hotel room of what Fredericksburg somewhat looks like. So I'll put a picture on the screen. And so, yeah, pretty much that. And then, did I take a shower afterwards? No, I don't think I did. But then I was getting ready for rehearsal, which was at 4, I believe, or 5. I think it was at 5. Or no, I think it was at 4, I believe. So I'll check the schedule to see what time rehearsal was that first day. And so, yeah, pretty much that. Uh, we got our music. I only play in two pieces, and so yeah. The program was Festival March by Dvorak, and then the Brahms Violin Concerto in D major, and then this is another piece, the Palestinian Dances. I think that's what it's called. I think I might have butchered that name. I forgot the I think it's by Borden, Alexander Borden. And then our final piece was The Sound of Music by Hammerstein and Rogers. So yeah, our program was pretty. It was a fun. It was a pretty cool. It was not a nice selection of rep, and so yeah, we got through the first rehearsal. We read. It was a reading rehearsal, so yeah, frick. And then at that rehearsal, I met the two other flutes. convincingly enough, I was the only male flutist. So yeah, but I'm good. Uh, I got yeah, I'm just good. And then yeah, everyone in the flute section were all talented in in every aspect. Because yeah, well, I think I was the only undergrad student. Yeah, I think I might have been the only undergrad student. Everyone else was either pursuing their masters or well, already completed their masters. So yeah, but yeah, everyone else came from like big top-notch universities. I come from a small Division II school out in San Angelo, in Angelo State. So yeah, think we're two principal flutists. One was uh, one of our flute players is from Grand Prairie. I forgot which school she went to. I think it was uh, it's not TCU, not TCU. Hold on. It's like a one of our principal flutists was from SMU, and she's from Cedar Park. So, and then our other principal flutist was from. See if I can find it. I guess it was TCU. Uh, I get yeah, I guess it was TCU at that time. And then everyone else, we got one flute player from Texas State University, and then another one from UNT. So these top notch Division I schools that I know. Yeah, and I come from a small. Well, I wouldn't say Angelo State is small. It's decently sized. But yeah, I come from a Division II school. Everyone else comes from a Division I school. So yeah, and so we meet everyone, um, and then our flute professor was from Prairie View A&M, which is uh, I can't tell. I think that school is also a Division I school. I can't remember, or so I think. But Prairie View A&M, I believe it's to the northwest of Houston, so that's pretty far. So yeah, so it's pretty much everyone. Everyone's from either Dallas or Houston. Not me. I come from West Texas, which is which is crazy. That I'm the only lone West Texas flute player to attend Fredericksburg. So yeah, I meet the rest of the flute section, and yeah, pretty much that. We had our first rehearsal, and yeah, and then I think at some point during our break, I think three of us met our flute professor. His name was Dr. Daniel Pardo, so that's his name. He's a great flute player. He's, he's pretty much known in the flute community. So my professor knows him. Everyone just knows him. So yeah, then we three of us meet him for the first time, and yeah, and then after rehearsal we went to dinner, which which was at Western Edge. Western Edge, that was the name of the place. and we pretty much had some good pasta. I socialized with everyone. We finally got to know each other better. So yeah, pretty much that. And then leave after dinner, headed back to the hall, to St. Joseph's Hall for the string the string area performance featuring uh, featuring my professors from Angelo State. They were my orchestra director, uh, the low strings professor, which I had a class with her, and then our collaborative pianist who was from there. They were a trio, I guess, a trio in residence at Angelo State. They were from there, and yeah, they performed pretty much. They performed fantastically. I don't think I have a picture of them, but I don't think I do. But yeah, their trio name is called Trio Aurora, so it's a pretty cool name, honestly. So yeah, and then uh, after they got done with the performance, uh, we had a soloist or two soloists actually, like the solo instrument and piano. So yeah, another we had another performer who was our soloist for the Brahms violin concerto, and she played she played wonderfully, and yeah. And then after that, I think it was a bass player, the bass professor who was in attendance, who was there teaching. He did a good solo. It was just him, so unaccompanied. And then after him, it was a quartet of strings, which included the festival director, who knows violin pretty well. So yeah, they did their piece. It was pretty good. And then for the final piece, all the string professors came together and did this one big piece. I forgot the name of it. Hold on. It was the Octet for Strings by Felix Mendelssohn. So yeah, they all did pretty well. So and then afterwards, that was the end of day one. And then I think I went back to the hotel, and yeah, just call it a day right there for day one. Well, I also took a shower. Yeah. So yeah, that's gonna wrap up for day one. I will come back later to record the day two recap. So I'm gonna stop the recording and yeah, and how I'm gonna do the format of each recap is I'm gonna do one video for like a day, like a day that's worth its own video. That's how I'm gonna do it. So yeah, that's pretty much day one. So yeah, all right. Thank you guys for watching. Leave a like, subscribe as well, and I will catch you guys in another video.